Hello to all my fellow and future gamers, and welcome back to the Bubbles Gaming channel. I am X, and this is Subnautica. So I'm picking up right where we left off last time. Have not done anything. One thing. I did pick up this medkit so that it would start restarting again. So, what did we do last time? We stayed relatively local, got a couple of things done. We did go ahead, we built our standard oxygen tank, got through the fins, built a scanner, repair tool, flashlight, survival knife. Can't help it, you gotta stop talking when she starts talking. We did build an air bladder, we have ourselves a flare, so next up was going to be the habitat builder. So, before we do that, I do want to go ahead and build the high capacity oxygen tank. It helps so much. So, I'm going to need glass times 2, we already made that once. So I'm going to need 4 quartz, 4 titanium, and a silver. Make sure I don't have anything in here. Alright, so I need 4 quartz, a silver, and a piece of salvage. And it's nighttime, of course. Alright, well let's stay down here in the shallows. We'll do a little bit of swimming around, see if we can find a piece of salvage at least. And this game is just... Oh, hey, there's something there that I haven't scanned before. And I don't know what it was, but it's gone. Alright. I don't need that limestone. That's not going to help me. Alright, let's go ahead and let's pull out the flashlight here. Checks it out for the first time. Very nice. Alright, so you can, while you have the flashlight out, right-click, put it away, save yourself some batteries. One of the things that I will do is... we'll use the flashlight to find things. Oh, I do need that quartz. And then once I'm on my way to go get it, I'll kind of turn the flashlight off. I'll save the batteries a little bit. Where is this salvage? Alright, so somewhere around here there is that deep, nice piece of... it's like a giant coral tube. Oh goodness. I think it's this way. In there I know that there's a bunch of quartz and actually some other stuff. Some limestone as well. Alright, so there's quartz, so that makes 2, 3, 4. Put you away, try not to die, and that hurt. So, that wasn't him. Where did that one come from? So 40 seconds, I'm fine. I really want to figure out where that one came from. I already stole your stuff. Oh man. Missing out on a cave sulfur. Alright, well. Let's go ahead, let's pop up through here. So now I need a piece of salvage and silver. So I'm going to head towards our cloud there, because I know if we go out here far enough, we will run into the kelp forest, and you can find the sandstone outcroppings in there a little bit easier than in the safe shallows. In the safe shallows, the only places that you'll find the sandstone is kind of in the holes. It doesn't really stand out that much. I know that I'm going to be able to find... see, now there's a piece of sandstone right there. Go ahead, scan that bad boy. We'll take a look at it later. And, wow, got the silver right off the bat. So now all I need is a piece of salvage. Why am I having such a problem finding salvage? So the stalkers really like to hang out here in the kelp forests, and
life on this planet grows in unusually distinct and diverse ecological biomes. Further study recommended.
they definitely like to leave the salvage in here. So they just kind of like moving around. Gonna go ahead and get out of his way. So he was doing a little dive bomb there. He was coming after us. I'll turn the flashlight off. Let's get up here. put that away. Let's check our blueprints just to make sure. Ooh, we got a new one. What are you telling me? Sea Glide. Yep, already knew about that one. Alright, so I'm trying to build the high capacity oxygen tank, 2 glass, so I need 4 quartz. Got it. The 4 titanium, I've got my metal salvage, and the silver ore, which I have. So let's go ahead, go back and make this. Oh, there was a piece right there. See, huge difference between going around searching during the day rather than at night. You also don't have to worry about batteries on the flashlight, which is good. So let's go make this high capacity oxygen tank, because this is going to be awesome. Alright, so I need my 2 glass. Our titanium. And so now we have to take this off so that we can use it. Equipment, high capacity oxygen tank. So from 45 to 75 with the little one, and now we go all the way up to 135 with the big one, which is a huge jump in the right direction. Alright, so now this is going to make getting the habitat builder a whole bunch better. This one takes a little bit. As you can see, we've got 3 sub things that we have to craft. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pause the video here for a second, because I'm going to write down exactly what I need so that when I'm out farming, I know what I need. I'll be right back. Alright, so for the habitat builder, we need wiring kit, computer chip, and a battery. So, wiring kit, 2 silver, computer chip, 2 table coral samples, a gold and a copper wire, and then a battery. So 2 acid mushrooms and a copper ore. So we're going to go ahead and do some farming in this episode. So I don't think I have anything that I need. So let's start off by running around. We'll grab the 2 acid mushrooms, because I know that I can get those really easy. 1 and 2. Mark those off. And I know that I'm going to need these. So 2 table coral samples. Hit them with a knife. Grab them. And good. Alright. And there's a piece of copper, which is good. We'll go up here, get a breath really quick. Alright, so I got my 2 acid mushrooms, my 2 table coral samples. I got 1 piece of copper, so I need 2 more pieces of copper. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to head towards our island, and we are still looking for 2 silver, gold, and 2 copper. And we're just going to kind of cruise around, looking for anything and everything, really. Okay. Titanium. Quartz I don't need this time. Grab you. There's 1 copper. And this is like a giant coral tube, which is awesome. There's another titanium. Another titanium. Just give me a copper, please. Alright, so there's a copper. So I should have 1, 2, 3 copper. So that's good. So I need gold and 2 silver. I'm going to take you guys with me. Oh, let's make you angry. Oh, one random thing. So I have a different game that I am playing on, getting a little further ahead. There is a certain amount of randomness that comes with the generation to the terrain. I think I said that right. So it is not procedurally generated. So kind of like the kelp forest biome and the safe shallows are always going to be in the same place. Generally speaking, I think the terrain is somewhat consistent, but the resources are completely random. They come in different places. I think those, like these random little boxes do. We'll find wrecks later. I think those are generally in the same area every time. But, oh man, that actually hurt and scared me. Hope you saw that jump. Kind of forgot what I was talking about there. Okay, so it does give you a glimpse into what you're going to do in the future, but at the same time, every playthrough is different. So I was cruising through one of those little areas, and the little explodey thingies came after me, and that crazy dude exploded behind me, but it was right over a little nest of acid mushrooms, and something between him exploding a little closer than I wanted, to, and the acid mushrooms, it killed me in one little explosion. I'm pretty sure that I was full health when it happened, but oh man, was that disappointing. Alright, so we got a gold, which is good. There's something angry around here. Okay. Alright, so here's the grassy plateau, which is good, and that is a sand shark. And that big noise in the background, if you can hear it, is reefback. So, I'm going to take a little bit of a sidebar here really quick so we can go check out this reefback. Oh man, I did not eat or drink. That was not smart. That looks like a jelly shroom cave there. We will most certainly come back for that. Oh, I don't know what I want to do. I kind of want to stay a little bit more local. There's some more limestone. I don't need any more of you. I need more sandstone. I think we've got our gold. But I have no silver. And for some reason, that's one of the things that you'll see around, you'll experience it, and you will hear the complaints about it, that for some reason, silver is very difficult to find. If I am genuinely out searching for materials, it's typically silver that I'm waiting on. There's a sandstone right there. So I did get my gold, so I can mark that off. And all I need is one more silver, and then we can go. These little guys, these are brain corals. I'll go ahead and scan it really quick, but as you can see, they got some bubbles coming off of them, and these are really nice. You can find them. Sometimes they are conveniently located right at the entrance to some of these cave systems, and it makes cave diving with relatively small tanks much easier, especially in the beginning portions of the game. So I don't have to go all the way back up to the surface. I can just come out to here. The only thing, you don't want to bank on it, right? Because as you can see, they come in 3 bubbles every once in a while. It is certainly not perfect. Alright, so what else do we got in here? There's sandstone. There's my silver. Alright, so let's see. Now that I got that silver, I want to head back. Oh, sorry about that. Back over here. See if we can find that reef back. There he is. So we'll go up, we'll get some air. We'll come down and check out this reef back before we go back. So these guys are enormous and fantastic. I mean, look at them. Huge, slow, just big boys. So they are not aggressive. They won't go after you. The worst thing that they'll do is bump into your ship or something like that, and I am sure that it will happen at some point, but there is a reason that you are supposed to look up before you come shallow while you're diving, and sometimes you will come shallow into one of these guys, and inevitably it will scare the crap out of me when I stop moving or something along those lines. So there's another brain coral, so it's just chilling up here. So I'm just going to go around and scan some more things. So like I said, they are not aggressive. The barnacles do have materials in them, but they're kind of a pain. I don't know if it's a bug or what, but they fall through him. So then you got to go around the bottom and try to catch them on their way down. While they are not aggressive, you can see here these little guys, the tiger plant, and he is terribly shooting stuff at me. Let's see if I can actually move enough so that you can see it. Nope. They can hurt, especially when there's a couple of them. They can be a pretty serious pain right in the butt. So just be careful. A lot of times here in the grassy plateaus, you will see goodies. So you'll see like a little pocket of quartz or some things that you can scan, and of course there's going to be a couple of those guys around them. So I try to just keep moving, right? Just keep swimming, and kind of circle around whatever you're trying to pick up, or if it's a resource, go in, hit it, and get out as efficiently as possible. Alright, so on our way back, we're going to try to grab some bladderfish. Plenty of them out here, which is good. Get over here. 2. Let's grab another one. 3. Let's make it easy. Make it an even 5. And then as we get closer back to the base, I'm going to try to grab some peepers. Hey, there's one. He's going up to the surface for some reason. So we'll let him come back down, and then we'll go scare him by grabbing him. Is he going to swim away? Come here, little Goomba. Oh, now we scared him. He's way faster than we are at first. So wait for him to turn and... Come on. Alright, come here, little guy. 2. And that should be enough to fill us back up. I'm going to grab another bladderfish here just because he's on the way. Alright, and we should have everything that we need for this habitat builder. I know that I'm going to need... Oh, hey, I haven't scanned one of those yet. We'll go back, I'll kind of show you what I'm looking as far as my starting habitat, and then we'll go out and find those parts. Absolutely beautiful. Where's the sun? And... Alright, so the sun is setting now. That's perfect. Equipment. Alright, so now we can make a rebreather, which is cool. So that'll be next up on the list. So I need a wiring kit. Then I need a computer chip, which that is going to take table coral sample, gold, and a copper wire, so we'll make that. And the computer chip. Now we can make the advanced wiring kit. So that's under the electronics. That one's a wiring kit, a computer chip, and gold. Fortunately, we don't need that one yet. I think the last thing we needed was that battery. Beautiful. Bam. Alright. Habitat builder. Yes.
The builder
And
is designed to construct a fluid intake immediately standing extreme environmental conditions.
pick up some food and water here so that we can continue to survive.
Congratulations, survivor. You have exceeded your weekly exercise quotient by 500%. Data indicates that swimming was your favorite activity. Be sure to vary your routine for uniform muscle development.
Full of good information. Alright, let's go ahead and eat, drink.
Vital signs stabilizing.
That was a little bit closer than I really wanted to be. But now we got food, water. Let's go ahead and use that first aid kit. Grab another one. And let's see what is next. So we'll pop the habitat builder on our hotbar. And so you right click to use the habitat builder. And then here you can see everything. So these are all the base pieces that you can build. Your exterior modules, solar panel, base attached air pump. I've never used that. I'm not really sure when and where you would. So there's all the pieces we already looked at. Interior pieces, all I can build is a ladder for right now. interior modules so we can build this fabricator. We can build a radio and medical kit fabricator. Keep in mind, you cannot build anything. I haven't found anything that you can build inside of this life pod, so you have to build some sort of structure in order to build any things. But once you have these 3 things, you essentially have no reason to ever come back to the pod. So it's pretty good. Now we can start to build wall lockers and lockers. This is when, once you have these in your base, then farming or resource gathering becomes a lot more, I guess, efficient. So now you have some place to put your stuff, so while you're heading out to go find something, you know, if all you're looking for is silver, you can hit all those limestone chunks on the way while you're looking for that one sandstone chunk, because you've got a place to put all the extra titanium and copper. Aquarium, so you can put some fish in there to store them for later. So you can put the aquarium up, run out, you can go, you know, I think this holds 8 small blocks, so you can fill it with like 8 peepers, so that way when you come back, in that case, instead of having to run around and try to find all those peepers on the way back, you can just go in, pull them out of the aquarium, cook them up, good to go. Some miscellaneous, so you can build a sign if you really want to. So for the base pieces, what do you absolutely need to get started? So you need a single structure, which can be had for a minimum of 2 titanium. You have to have a hatch, so you're going to need a quartz and 2 more titanium in order to get into it. And last thing you need is some power source. The only power source that we have right now is a solar panel, so we're going to need that as well. So generally I start off with an X compartment, so I need 3 titanium for that. Three titanium for that. The solar panel, I need another 2, so that makes 5. I need a quartz times 2 and a copper. The other thing we need is a hatch, which I missed. So that's going to be another 2 titanium, so that takes us up to 7. 1 more quartz, that brings us to 3. And that is the absolute minimum to get started. I'm going to go ahead and, so that's 7 titanium. I'm going to want to build some wall lockers. So, you know what, we'll just wait. Let's go ahead and we'll do some of this farming, and we will get our starter, of course, and it's nighttime. That's beautiful. Alright, so I need 2 salvage, 3 quartz, and 1 copper. I can't believe I don't have a copper. I've actually done a really good job. Oh, okay. I've already got some titanium, so all I really need is 1 salvage, 3 quartz, and 1 copper. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's head up to this one. So, I told you that it was, there's one down behind the Aurora. There's another one up here ahead of the Aurora. I think that is it. So we're going to head this direction first. So 3 quartz and preferably 2 salvage, but 1 will be good enough, and copper. Got our copper. Very nice. Alright, so let's kind of look for some caves here. Grab some air and we'll go swim through there. See if there's any quartz. Oh, there's salvage. 2 salvage. Oh man, couldn't have asked for that to be any better. Okay, so now I need 1, 2, 3 quartz. Oh goodness. Swim away. Bam. Okay. I will take your sulfur. So there's 1. Thanks. Yeah, that would have been really nice to know before he tried to kill me. Thanks, though. Alright, so we got our copper, we got our titanium. So I need 2 more quartz. Oh, here it is. Okay, so I am actually going to grab a couple of extra things. I'm going to fill up on quartz here because I'm going to expand our base now pretty much as soon as we get started, and I want glass to do that. I really like building in glass. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, and 10. That'll be good enough. That's not the one. Alright, so... Oh, that was a terrible idea. That's gonna hurt. Oh, you little prick. Give me your sulfur. You little prick. Alright, how much room do I have? 4. Here's 3 sandstone. There's a gold. I'm just gonna grab them while I'm here. The lead will actually be nice to have because you can build some foundations. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of stuff we're talking about right now. But all I want to do is get absolutely started. Boom. Grab some air. Alright, so what I'm going to do, so I'm going to show you this. This is one of the very few times that I use the F1 to try to figure out where I'm at. And I'll tell you that as far as these games go, I can be a huge nerd, a little bit of OCD, all those kind of things kick in. And later on, you're going to get a scanner room. And the scanner room changes the way that you farm materials entirely. It allows you to selectively farm. So I know that I'm out for copper, so you can just go search for copper. Problem is they have a certain radius that they are effective. And it's a circle radius, right? Well, okay. Yeah, that was kind of redundant. Whatever. So I've done the math and all those sorts of things, and based on the radius, I know exactly how far apart my scanner rooms have to be to provide complete coverage in a square area with a bunch of little circles. Turns out you essentially build it on a hexagon with a different x and y function. So in order to get myself perfectly started, or as close as possible, I want to go to 0, 0, and that's where I want to build my first base, and that's essentially where my first scanner is going to be. So you hit F1, it brings up this, so you can see my camera world position is -50, -77, and the middle number is actually your depth. So as we go deeper, shallower, you can see that bad boy change. So the camera is pointed now in... I'm heading straight north. So I want to go north and west, and I'm looking to get to the 0, 0 mark. Alright, so now I am pretty close there. Let's go ahead and turn like so. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but like I said, and this is actually a very nice area to start building, which is awesome. I've got some salvage coming around here, plenty of table coral samples, acid mushrooms right there. We've got our giant coral tube, but the best thing about it is that it is nice and open. So you've got plenty of room for expansion to kind of build off and go do what you want. So another trick to these bases is eventually you're going to get a multi-purpose room. Big room you can put lots of stuff in. It's got 8 sides on it that you can build off of. So,
Emergency. A quantum detonation has occurred.
Pay no attention to that. So I'm just going to talk right over it. Don't listen to it. So it's got 8 sides that you can build off of. When you initially place it, you can build the little corridors off of any direction that you want to. And you want to be a little... Don't worry about that. Or that. Just ignore it. If you want to know what that was, buy the game. Pick it up. It's awesome. So, you can build it in any direction you want, but one of the tricks is, as you can see here, you can build these reinforcements. So that increases the hull integrity by 7 hit points, which is nice. We got a rad suit. But for some reason, if you build the reinforcement and it's facing on a north, a south, an east, or a west wall, it'll actually give you plus 15 hull points. So you want to orientate your base so that it's actually, I want to say, a catty corner. So you want your base to be aligned with northeast, southeast, southwest, or the northwest. That way your corridors in your other rooms that are coming off of your base will leave those north, south, east, and west facing walls to put the reinforcements in, because they are twice as effective in that case. So this is the other time that I'm going to use this. So I want to build, let's go ahead, let's see, how do I want this? I'm still relatively zeroed, which is good. And so I want to be facing essentially one of the directions. So let's face it away from you, or right in line with you. How about that? So this direction looks pretty good. It'll be short to go off that way, long to go off that way, short, and relatively long. I'm going to go ahead and move out away from 0 a little bit, so I know for a fact that I can build off that way. I mean, it doesn't really matter. So alright, so enough being a nerd about this. I'm just going to do it. Alright, so I start out with the X compartment. I'm going to get rid of that. So the X compartment, I'm going to build it straight down, and I'm going to come up as shallow as I possibly can and build it. And then I'm just going to take a look at it and figure out what's going on. So this side, I'm going to be able to build straight off of. No issues. Nothing's going to be in the way. Come over here and take a look. I should be able to... So the base of that is basically as low as I'm going to build, but I can still come off of that way. This one right here, I'm going to be able to build off that way. Plenty of room, which is nice. And then this one's kind of shallow, but you know what? I'm probably going to leave this as my overall entrance to the base, so that doesn't really matter. So you left click and hold, build yourself a compartment. So you can see up in the upper left hand corner, -1 to hull base, to base hull strength. Overall strength is 9. So if that goes down to 0 or less, then your base integrity is compromised. You'll start to break holes in it, it will fill with water, all the power systems will stop working, and generally not good for business. It really, really stinks if that happens and you're deep. Because if you were banking on your base to give you that sweet, sweet oxygen, and you climb inside and it sprung a leak, there's no oxygen inside, then you die in your own base. Miserable. Alright, so next up we need a hatch in order to get in. Left click, place that. Last thing we need is, so I'll go ahead and show you this. So, self-contained, it is empty.
Oxygen production offline.
You can see the very top says power 0 out of 0. You can see in the lower left our oxygen is going down, so it is a nice, dry, comfortable place with no oxygen, so no genuine reprieve, may be the right word, I don't know. So you come back outside, you get wet, but you still have just as much oxygen as you did inside, and it wasn't lit, and that's always a pain in the butt. So last thing we need, and it works here really, really well, and I'm really glad that it's daytime. Last time I did this, I built it in the middle of the night. Believe it or not, solar panels do not work at night. So it still didn't get anything. Now we got a solar panel. Say it.
Power restored. All primary systems online.
Beautiful. Alright, and here is our starter base. Look at that. Look at it. Just a little X compartment, solar panel, and a hatch. That's it. Boom.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
Warm, cool, dry, whatever the opposite of what it is outside. It's well lit, and we've got a bunch of stuff that we can put in here now. So, take a look at our inventory. I've got plenty of titanium, plenty of quartz. Oh my goodness. So much good stuff. So, a couple of tidbits. If you're going to build off of this, which I am, don't build on these walls. If you build on the far walls, you will have to deconstruct whatever you built on those walls in order to construct a corridor. Also, if you build too close to that wall along this wall, then you will have to destruct that before you can build the corridor. Not something you want to do. It is certainly a pain right in the behind. So what I am going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab a peeper. Come here. Come. Where'd you go? Don't swim away from me. Wow. He is there. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and say that that was good. Pay no mind to how long it took me to catch him. I'm going to go make some food, make some water, because I don't have a fabricator in my base yet. We will certainly get there, though. And with this little snack to tide us over, I'm going to go ahead and call this one an episode. I don't know why I'm going in there. Cooked food, make ourselves a peeper. And a little bit to eat, a little bit to drink. And it has been a pleasure. As always, I am X with the Bubbles Gaming Channel, and I am out.